Hey, what's going on, everyone? Today's video, we're going to be going over the top 5 rat holes on Aberration so far. This first one is going to be coming in at 65.2, 59.8. There's actually 2 entrances, which is why it's the first one on the list, but still a very strong spot nonetheless. If you come down here by the Element River, this one's going to be very hard to raid because one, the Element River is right here, so they're going to be taking damage from that, and it's actually a crouch, so you have to crouch into here. They'll also have to deal with Nameless if they don't have light pets. Obviously they'll have light pets, but they'll have to keep one on the entire time. And so you got this first room. I would just set up defenses in this whole first room, and I don't think this entrance will actually be the one getting raided. So I think if you set this room up strong, I think you'll be fine. But if you want to set up some extra defenses, you got the second crouch entrance. That is a very long walkway, actually. So then you come up here. Here's the main room. So I'd put a little bit of more defenses aiming towards that crouch. But this is where you're going to want to have like your crafting and everything. Then you got some more space back here. This maybe generator goes in here. Some volts maybe. And then the second entrance is up here. So this entrance isn't bad either because it's not very large. It's a little bit larger, obviously. It's not a crouch. It's not very large, though, and they also have to attack upwards, or they can drop down from out there. But either way, it's not a very, convenient spot to get a soaker. And a stego isn't even going to fit underneath this, so they won't be able to soak the internal turrets with a stego. I'll have to use carbos for this base. You can easily fit indie forges in there. I'll go ahead and test it just to double check. I'm pretty positive you'll fit indie forges in here. Regular indie forge. Yeah, maybe not. I may stand corrected. Oh, there you go. Okay, so indie forges do fit in here. Obviously, organize it better than that. I would probably have them up here on ceilings. You obviously have to level it all out, but to my knowledge, the rat hole doesn't go anywhere else from here. Yeah. Oh, never mind. It does go back some more. So you do have some more space. This rat hole is actually pretty massive then. This is where you're going to want your main loot, I would imagine. You can probably fit indie forges back here too. Go ahead and test that for you guys. No, I don't think you're going to fit an indie forge here. Unless if there's a good snap point right here, but I'm not going to say so. Yeah. So it doesn't look like you'll get indie forges back here, but you can definitely get indie forges in the first room. So on to spot number 2. So coming in at spot number 2, we got another rat hole. This one's going to be a ceiling one at 58.4, 54.5. And then you'll fly up to this bridge. It's in the blue zone, so you'll go up a little bit. You got this bridge. Make sure your arrow's facing upwards on the map. And then you'll fly up to the left of this pillar. And you got this rat hole. The reason this one's so strong is because it's in the ceiling. So pretty much all your turrets just shoot straight down and you're chilling. And there's no Quetzals or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. You just have to worry about tech drakes. You got room for indie forges, and you got your teleporters. It's not the biggest rat hole, but has tons of space to work with, especially if you're a smaller tribe, like a solo, duo, trio. Something along those lines, or even just on small tribes. You should be perfectly fine back here. There's definitely enough room for you to have vaults, crafting area. Obviously, you need to learn how to condense yourself. But once you got that down, it's, I would say, just about as good as the Oasis Cave on Extinction. Yeah, so there's not much for this spot, but very good spot nonetheless. It's upwards, and there's not even a platform directly below you, so they have to pretty much scale the whole wall. The area is going to have to watch for someone fobbing on is going to be that bridge. So you get this bridge spammed off and all this plateau over here, you'll be chilling. You can even get a tower on that platform. And then, I mean, I would probably put turrets over here. I don't think you're getting a tower anywhere else, but that platform's definitely good enough for a tower. So moving on to spot number 3. So coming in at spot number 3, you're going to want to go to 6457.3. This is actually really close to the first spot. It's actually just over there. So you're back in the radiation. Once again, the radiation is obviously just a bonus in itself when it comes to base defense. But this spot is probably one of the best spots on Aberration. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't take this location and it's allowed on your server and not taken. I don't ever foresee you getting raided in this spot, as it's a crouch entrance. So you crouch through here, and the space in here is just absolutely insane. You got all of this space. You can easily breed anything that's able to come on Aberration. If you're playing an unofficial server that allows non-aberrant tames, you could even breed gigas and shit in here. This spot is absolutely massive. You can fit tons of indie forges, a huge crafting station, easily fit a replicator, teleporters, whatever you need. And very easy to defend because it's just a crouch, so this spot might have a second entrance, but I have not found one. So I would do a little bit of scouting yourself when you do take it, but I'm pretty sure it's just one entrance, and that one entrance is just a crouch. So, yeah, once again, absolutely insane. But moving on to spot number 4. At our number 4 spot, this one's a little more common and more known than the rest of them on the list. This one's at 39.3, 24.9. It's over by Portal. You got the bridge over there, and right below you, you got this little hill, and then that little archway that you can use as indicators. From that archway, you'll look up, and then you'll see this hole up in the corner. And once you come in here, it is a crouch to get in. I think you need foundations to get out. So make sure you don't come in here without foundations and some way to get back up, as this one's very vertical. But you should be able to fit an indie forge in here, I would imagine at least. Let's grab some cliff plats to double check. Once again, I don't think you even need an indie forge in here because it's super far from the blue zone, but yeah, you can fit an indie forge pretty easily. So you got room for everything you need in here. And we'll move on to the last spot now. Keep the video short for you guys. Alright, so for our last spot, this is probably actually the most broken spot on this entire list, but the reason I included it last is because most every server you play it's going to be banned on. But if you want to take the risk, 15.8, 30 is the coordinates, and you'll come over here. The reason it's so broken is the only way that you're going to be able to get into it after you pick up this ramp, obviously, because enemies can't place structures near you, so they won't be able to place their own ramp to get up here. So they'll need a Cosmo just to get up here, which means that they have to have the DLC, otherwise it's physically unraidable. So if they don't have the DLC, they can't even raid you. And you got all of this space up here. It's very vertical, so once again you'll have to know how to work with vertical space. But it's incredible. The fact that you need a DLC just to raid it means that a lot of the ARC population isn't going to be able to raid you, because a lot of people are being very stingy about buying DLCs now. So probably I would say 80% of the population on ARC won't be able to raid you. This spot fits indie forges. I'm sure you could fit a replicator if you did it properly. You probably don't even need your indie forge in here because there's not very many metal spawns around. You want your metal base over in the blue zone. But here's the coordinates once again. And yeah, Before I leave this video, I do want to give a shout out to TBS. It is an unofficial no-wipe server that I myself am currently playing on. It has very active admins and very good admin support. And I definitely recommend you guys checking it out if you want to play an unofficial no-wipe server instead of dealing with the ARC devs, which we all know are very, very good